So for e-commerce, if you want to set up e-commerce, unfortunately we won't get in this class to do it's called WooCommerce, and that's a plugin for WordPress that will create like a store for you. It will create for you a way to create products, to link the payment gateway, to do all this stuff, and it's free and it's part of WordPress now. So it was separate company before WordPress bought them, and now it's part of WordPress, and it's amazing. It's very simple. You don't need to know coding a lot. You will obviously need to style it if you're using a theme from scratch.
And it doesn't work with all themes.
Yes, it doesn't work properly with all themes. Your team has to have like a WooCommerce support, but our theme, when we downloaded underscores, remember we clicked make it WordPress ready, WooCommerce ready. So if we now install WooCommerce plugin on our website, on our theme, in our WordPress right now, it will look funky because there's no styles like all other pages except our front page right now. But we will style those files, those templates, the same way we do everything else so far, and you will make it work to work for you. But the cart will be there, the checkout page will be there. You will be selling stuff very quickly if you use this plugin. So for e-commerce, for setting up a store, that's definitely the way to go. And I think all the e-commerce sites on internet today, from all of them, I think WooCommerce is around 30%. Like every third website that you run into that's selling something, it's running on WooCommerce with WordPress. It's like tons of jobs out there that require you to know WooCommerce and WordPress. So it's a very good. As soon as you get familiar with WordPress, you are able to style stuff, to create a whole site that we just started right now. So continue working after this class is done. Just keep working on these separate templates that we didn't get to style. Just keep styling them, making them better. Use Bootstrap classes to make everything organized. Then install WooCommerce, style that, add some products, and just go and search for very nice documentation. Is amazing. There are tons of payment gateways plugins that you can just install and set up your account as you would on a regular website. Like PayPal, it has its own. Almost every gateway that are bigger, that are better, has extension for WooCommerce. As a regular plugin, you can find it in the plugins and just install it. And most of them are free, right? Because they take percentage later on from you when you charge people. So it's really not difficult to set it up. It was planned to kind of set it up the last class, but we might want to do a little more work today and next week and have wrapped that part. But that will be something you take on after the class is over. And I would really encourage you to use that because it's awesome. For contact forms, for a very long time, there are a lot of them out there, plugins, but contact form 7 is been plugin, like the most popular plugin for that. I think it's over a million downloads and installs. Oh, actually, look, it's 5+ million. So 5+ million people downloaded this plugin. So that tells you something, that it's gotta be a good plugin, right? And it's all right. Lately there's some coming out that are good. They're also maybe even better, but this is very known and maintained. So when you install plugins for WordPress, one thing you want to do is always to look where it's last time that it's being updated. So if you see here like a year ago last time updated, you know that this plugin is not maintaining it, right? Because WordPress versions are changing, evolving, getting better. So the plugins needs to get updated too, to be to work on your version of WordPress. So this one, you see, it says tested up to 4.9.5, which is I believe our version. That's the newest one, I believe. Um, and you see it's updated 2 months ago. It's free, um, and that's the one we're gonna set up right
Why
now.
would I use contact form plugin as opposed to just capturing everything in WooCommerce when I make a sale?
Oh no, this is just to create a contact me form on a page, just to create like a first name, last name, sub message, just like an email to
So
send
like
you.
what Jetpack does too.
Yes, I mean there are different ways you
Okay.
can do. Yeah, definitely. But this is like the simplest one for just contacts forms. Um, and you see how it works. We'll set it up right now, really quick. For WordPress is very good for SEO. You all know what SEO is, right? Are the values that how your website is ranking on Google and other search engines, and that's very important, right? You want your site to rank very well. One thing is that Google looks up is your is your website mobile friendly? That's a big one lately, especially. That's where Bootstrap's coming in to help us out, because all those grids, those columns that we set up, they're all mobile responsive, right? That will adjust itself as the width go. We looked at that last time, right? So that's one thing. Site speed, how fast your site loads, that's a very big one for Google as well. But then also your post titles, your content, all that stuff uh, makes your SEO grade or mark. Is it good or bad or average or something? And WordPress is very good in generating this for us already out of box. All the plugins, all the posts will get nice structure and all that stuff. But also we need there is one Yoast SEO. It's called Yoast SEO plugin, and this one you can pay for premium one, but the free one is amazing also. This is the most popular one, and then when you install it on every single post and page in your backend, is giving you pointers. Oh, this title is too short, it's not gonna be good for SEO, so okay, let me add something here. Then it tells you, oh, your content, it doesn't have any of the keywords or something like that. A lot of helpers it can do for you, and it's very simple to use. You will find when you install it, you just go here in the backend and you will have SEO part here. We don't really have time to install every one of these, but I'm giving you the list for you to go and play around with and explore more. Uh, then also, when you hear cache, you guys all know what website cache. I mean, we like the other cache as well, but what is cache in terms of websites, and what that means when we say, oh, your styles got cached? Do you know what that means really? Or yeah, I mean, your front front end of your site, right? It loads tons of stuff. It loads our style.css, it loads JavaScript files, it loads a lot of external files. So what caching means, you load that site one time, and all these files, they're static, like styles and JavaScripts and bunch of stuff, they get cached into your browser. Basically, they get temporarily saved into your browser. So next time you reload the page, or you come back later on, or in a few days or whatever, the page will load a lot faster, because these files are already in your browser saved, right? So that's why when we change them, but they're cached, it will still give us that old version. It will not give us that latest one. So that's what cache means. But that also what cache means is good for when we are done with website. We want to cache as much as we want, because we won't change anything, but we want people to be able to load our site as fast as possible. So there is one simple plugin called W3 Total Cache, and I will send you this list later. Up to tonight, I will send you this list of plugins to check out in Slack. So this plugin right here, there are tons of them, but this one is pretty good. You see, it's over 1 million times downloaded. It will help you with caching these things. But again, install this plugin and set it up after you're done with your development, because you don't want to mess around with clearing cache every time when you change something. So do that at the end. If you want to send emails, if your website is very active and your emails are very important, you want to send people emails and you want them to get emails from your site and stuff, and you want that to work properly, you need to have mail server in place, right, to do all that for you. And MailChimp is one of the best ones, and it has amazing plugin, it's integrated with WordPress, very good. It's not free, right? You will pay for emails that go through, but it's very cheap if you don't send like thousands and thousands of emails. It's like a few dollars, right? It's very not much, but you will have 99.9% of your emails delivered. And what is the most important, a lot of emails, if you send them straight from WordPress or for some funky stuff, they will go into people's junk folders and marked as spam, and then people will never get your emails, right? And you will think that you're reaching your users, but you don't. And if you use something like that, it will ensure that you're not blacklisted, that your emails will go. And there are a lot of amazing stuff that you can set up inside MailChimp, like campaigns, right? Like sending mass emails to people, letting them know about something, whatever your business is. Are you selling products, or are you setting up events, or whatever it is? You can send mass emails and set up campaigns. Okay, if someone clicks on this email, I'm gonna send him another one in a week from now, or something like that, right? So it's very good if you're getting a little more serious into what you're doing with your emails, campaigns, and stuff like that. Security is a big thing in WordPress. You probably heard people saying WordPress is not secure, whatever. That's not the case, because WordPress has thousands and thousands of developers that are working on its core every day. So there's not a lot of products out there that have thousands and thousands of people working on patching it up, right? But the problem with WordPress security is in those third-party plugins, like funky plugins we install. That's why I'm saying you gotta look at this plugin description and see when it's updated, how many people used it, what is the star rating. Just explore a little bit before you install, because there are some plugins their code is not right. Security, it's also, you can get pro plans for, like you see there, for if you're setting up security for some bigger company and they want to pay for that, so they have like additional extended support and everything, like crazy stuff like firewalls and IP blacklisting, whitelisting, all that stuff. But their free version of the plugin is very good too. So you can install it and just go through the settings in the dashboard and set everything up, and it will help you with your website security. Then WP, for example, when we talk about security, you know how every WordPress website, including our own, you can go, what is our MVC? So MVC wp.test, and then we do either admin, or we do WP admin, or we do WP login, right? So we know that's out of box, and that gives us the form to log in. But the hackers, they know that too, right? So they will look for that link and try to decrypt our password, whatever, our usernames and all that stuff. So the first initial step to do that is to change that URL. So the easiest way to change this URL is with the plugin WPS hide login. There are a lot of them. Again, this one works fine. It's maintained. It's fairly new plugin, and you just install it, and you will see it tells you when you go to the settings right here, and then reading it at the very bottom, it will say what do you want your login URL to be. So you set it up to something like whatever else is except this. So this login will be replaced now. So it makes a little bit harder for.
Makes it a lot harder because if I write WP admin and the admin panel doesn't come, I'm like, maybe this is not a WordPress website.
Or that. I mean, you can go in the.
A lot of companies though change the whole file structure.
A lot of them
Yes,
don't.
they.
Like,
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't. I'm saying this is one of the way you start doing that. That's one of the steps you make it a little more secure than.
First thing I do too. See if they're using WordPress.
Yeah, I mean you can see in the code. You can go inspect the code, and you
Yeah.
can see WP content somewhere. And okay, I know. And there is one plugin actually right here. You see this? It's called Built With. That's a Chrome extension right here. And let's go to our front page. No, let's go to what is it? What is one WordPress site?
I use
What is
try,
your-
Try this one.
You-
UseSparkleDental.com.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to your website.
Okay, fine.
So this is your website, and I'm gonna click on this Built With, and it's gonna go and it's just loading your images. We talked about it, right?
Yeah, we need to fix this.
Yeah.
The
That's a-
thumbnails, it's in the code. We looked at the code. It's in the code. Not. I don't know why it's doing that.
Because your hosting company might be slow.
Side down.
I know.
No, it's including HD. That's why it's taking so long. Yeah. Not an upload like low-res stuff on our website.
Okay, let's take a look. So I'm gonna open your image in a separate page. So where is it? Oops. Wait a minute. Okay, open in new tab.
It opens the link, not the image.
Oh,
See?
this is the
This
and
is the
now
original image. Yes.
okay. Now when I saved it,
This is gonna be high res. It's 732 KB. That's not a lot. That's not even a megabyte.
how much is it?
732 KB.
Well then it's your hosting, sir.
Huge.
Yes, it's all right. It's still big though. You gotta make it smaller, but it shouldn't load that slow.
I'll talk to them.
Well, check this out. You have 12 images like that, right?
Yeah.
So almost 1 megabyte by 12. That's 12
Yeah, I'm
megabytes.
sure it
And
comes
then when you
with
try to
pretty
load
long
12
code.
megabytes on your phone, it's gonna go slow,
It
right?
actually opens really fast on the phone. The mobile version is faster.
I don't know. Well, that's might be cached, so your images can get cached too, right? Anyway, this Built With is also good, very good extension to install to your Chrome. So check this out. It's telling me what you're using for. So you have Font Awesome on your website, which are those little icons. I wanted to show you how to use them, but I'm talking too much today, so you might not get it. But next time I'll show you for sure. It's the same way we imported Bootstrap. That's the same way we import Font Awesome, and they're free. Those little icons, like a little car icon, a little mail icon, a little pen icon, or those icons you can use. So you see, you're using WordPress, you're using Contact Form 7, right? Using frameworks, WP
That's the
Portfolio, that's the theme, and then the other stuff they're coming using 4.8 WordPress. You need to upgrade. You're using jQuery. You have SSL certificate. Let's Trust
Very
encrypt.
important SSL certificate.
Yeah, we're gonna
Only
talk
without
next week about that. Yes, that's very important. That gives you HTTPS. That's S is secure, so everything gets encrypted when going back and forth. HTTP, it's not secure, and especially if you wanna charge people stuff, no one will give their card if they don't see that secure. You see this here? So when you click on that, it opens and it says certificate valid and connection is secure. People, just to see this like lock green, it means a lot to users. So Don't overlook that. Is advanced custom fields, or ACF. I had opportunity to work with that guy also a little bit. It's amazing plugin. It gives you you can read through, but it basically gives you ways to build custom fields. Like you see this field here, we have where is my thing? You see we have, for example, category, this whole section right here. You can build custom thing that is gonna look here. It's gonna be in the back end of the dash, or the back end of your site, and you can create bunch of different fields like this excerpt here, right? You can create something else and then show that whatever they put here in that field, you can pull it into the front end of your page. So that's very important when you build site for users to use it on the front end, but also in the back end. So you want to create some custom fields for them that are not coming, it's specifically for them, it's not coming out of box with WordPress. Have you used them anytime, Jim? Did you use advanced custom fields?
Yeah.
It's amazing, really good stuff, but it's a little bit out of scope this time. So, but it's not that difficult. It has a lot of visual, so you will do it here in the dashboard. So you will not really write a lot of code. The only code you need to write is in your template. Same way we're doing get the title function. There is a field. There is a function called get the field, and you will say, okay, get the field and then this ID, and it will give you whatever they put in this ID. So you include it in your team on the front end, but giving them a way to enter that stuff in the backend. It's very, very powerful. There was a lot of stuff you can do with that. So definitely look at that, and it's free. There's pro version, but free one is like tons of stuff. It will serve you very well. Along with that is custom post type and UI like this. So this, you know how we said WordPress is coming with two post types, two main post types, posts and pages. But that's how with using this plugin, you can create that from scratch using just the code, but it's a little more work. This will give you faster way to create those things. For example, you want here in the backend, you see we have posts, we have pages, we have media. Let's say we want to have dictionary or movies. We want to have movies here, and then inside movies we want to have add movies, but we want that movies to have a taxonomy genre, right? And we want people to be able to add those movies the same way they're adding posts. So that's quite a lot of work if you would have done it from scratch, writing code. That's how it's done, but this plugin will speed those things up for you. Did you use that, Jim? No. That's a very good if you want to have some custom post types, like recipes, for example. You want to create recipes and you want to be able to add them here in the back end the same way you're adding posts and pages.
The format's going to be the same for all posts, so yeah, it's unique.
Yes, but it's different post type, so you can create different taxonomies. Like taxonomies, like they're not really like categories, are more like groupings, similar things grouped together, like in movies genre, right? And stuff like that. So those are pretty much. I'm gonna send you the list of those to take a look at. There's thousands and thousands of plugins out there. The very important thing I'm gonna repeat again is just to take a look when you're installing plugins. When is the last updated? How many people downloaded it? What is the rating, right? And try to see how it's documented, right? Because that will give you idea if this plugin really like solid, or you just see one image here and one sentence and like it was updated 2 years ago or 5 years ago, and you know that that's crap. You don't want to install that on your site. because that's where you can hurt your security or your security of your website is with installing some crappy, because you don't know how the code is written for this plugin. So you install it, all that code is there, and if they did something unsecure in the code, you open up your site to to be hurt, right? So you want to use plugins for certain things, but if you can avoid them, try to avoid them. Don't install thousands of plugins, because you also because also you can, some plugins can be, you install this plugin and you install some other plugin and all of a sudden something's not working in your website, and it's most than likely that these two plugins don't cooperate together, right? So they're not compatible, and you don't know that because they are written by other people. So just be careful when you're selecting plugins. Those are very, very basic ones, but it'll give you a lot of stuff for your website. So I just wanted to go over that in this class. So right now let's install this contact form 7 really quick and see how it looks like. So
this week's assignment?
we'll see. I don't know what your this week assignment will be.
I already have it installed. I can submit it right now.
Well, then will be something else. Thank you for letting me know.
Hey, why are you doing that?
You always look to be easy. Come on. So we want to add another section here in our front page. Underneath feature blogs, we want to have another jumbotron like this, and to say like contact me, and then underneath we're gonna want display that form for contact, for example. So we just take a 2 minutes break to wait for Jim, and then we'll keep going. Any questions on the plugin part? Plugins?
What are the names of the softwares that you have shown? Like, what was the